Now, I know I usually don't do talking videos on this channel, and for a good reason. I have another channel for that. But since this is a gaming channel, I decided this is related to gaming, so I'm gonna do this on here. This is basically just gonna be about burnout, specifically with gaming. But recently I've seen in a lot of games and from a lot of people that burnout's becoming more common. And people are being like, oh, I never got burnt out back in the day of old games, blah, blah, blah. So I basically just wanted to just come on here and give my 2 cents on burnout, how to avoid it. So first off, the game that I saw most of this on is a game like The First Ascendant, like Warframe, like Destiny. The First Ascendant is a looter shooter, and it is a grind. It's super grindy. Literally 80% of the game is grinding for certain items, ascendants, weapons, stuff like that. Now that the First Ascendant's been out for at least half a year, people are already basically finishing the grind, basically getting all the weapons maxed, descendants, and all that kind of stuff. So people are getting bored because there's no longer any content, and the game's updating at a bit of a slow rate, or slower than how games usually run nowadays. Obviously, with no new content, no new stuff to do, the game's gonna get boring, you're gonna get burned out, nothing else to do, and you're just gonna quit. But games like The First Ascendant, in my opinion, are kind of a bit special in a way. I say that because The First Ascendant is kind of a game you come back to like on a monthly basis. It's not a game you play every day. There's games that you can play every day, and then there's games that you can play weekly or like on and off. In my opinion, First Ascendant is definitely a game that you can't just play on and off. It's not like a daily driver. Like imagine it in like car terms. Like you got your daily driver and then you got your fun vehicle. You don't want to bring your fun vehicle around. You just use your daily driver for just daily tasks, and then whenever you want to go out have some fun, you go play that. That's kind of like the same when it comes to First Ascendant. Like games that get updated often, like maybe Fortnite, XDefiant, you can play those games every day. COD, they get constant updates weekly, sometimes, you know, they constantly get updated, especially Fortnite. It gets constantly updated, there's always new things coming out, so there's always new content. Games like The First Ascendant, you kind of have to play them on and off, so that's one way people get burnt out, you know, content slowing down in a game, which is obviously fair. If there's not enough content to keep you, then why would you play the game? The second thing when it comes to burnout is people don't diversify what games they play. People nowadays, for some, I don't know what the reason is. People just stick to basically only one game nowadays. I see it more often. People only stick to one game, especially if they're a YouTuber. As you guys have seen on my YouTube channel, I start with Witcher, I'm doing fighting games now with Mortal Kombat, I've got a Batman video coming up, I'm also going to upload some Fortnite. I'm playing a lot of different games, different genres, and some people just don't have that or just don't want to do that. They only want to play one thing, which is probably like shooters, which, for a point, I did that. I didn't get burnt out though, just because even though I was playing shooters, I was playing other shooters as well, playing with friends, all that kind of stuff. You gotta play different types of games, different games in general, if you don't want to get burnt out with gaming. If you only play multiplayers, play a single player. If you play only single players, play multiplayer for once. Even if you usually don't like it, you might end up liking a game, then you can start playing that. Multiplayers are usually games you can just keep playing forever. This point kind of comes up with a lot of what we call Fortnite kids, who basically only play Fortnite. That's the only game they know, that's the only game they breathe. You know, it's boring as shit, let's be honest. Playing different games also kind of just helps you mentally. It doesn't feel like you're playing the same game, because if you're playing shooters only, you go to play like another shooter. Even when I'm playing like COD and I go to XDefiant, sometimes I feel like I'm playing the same game. It's like a shooter, it feels the same, I do the same things. There might be like little quirks, little different things you can do in each game, but it still feels like you're playing, basically, in essence, the same game. So please, to avoid burnout, you need to play different types of games. Play a fighting game. Even I'm shit at fighting games, but I still play fighting games, even though I get thrashed, but it is what it is. And the third thing that kind of ties into it as well is friends. Now for some of you might not have friends, so if you don't, then you can just skip this part of the video. Now let's be honest, when you start a game with your friends, especially your best mates, cracking jokes, you know, playing to the morning, playing late, all that kind of stuff, you always think back on that, and you always remember the good memories that came when you guys were playing. Then, when your friends eventually start playing another game or just stop playing the game that you guys used to play, you might get sad and you might, you know, try to play it solo and it just isn't working. It doesn't feel the same, which can lead to you not wanting to really play games. I've had this, I think, once. This was during the big craze of Fortnite. I think it was around 2019. Like, my friends were losing interest in Fortnite and I was kind of losing interest as well. And the season with the robots came out and I just could not be bothered with it. Like, they weren't enjoying their time, so in turn, like, it's hard to play a game when the vibes are low. You don't even really feel like being on right now. You know, your friends aren't even that happy because they're raging as well, and it can lead you to just not giving a fuck. But yeah, that's just my quick topics on the games. Make sure to put down in the comments below what your thoughts are about burnout in gaming and how you, or maybe others, should go about trying to prevent burnout. I'd like to see what you guys come up with. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe. I love you all. Peace.